So for today's video, what I would like to do is I am going to show you some swatches from, you think I would be a little more prepared, right? From the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Highlight Palette that I ordered during the Sephora. Some say it's a sale, some call it otherwise, but anyways, I am rouge, and so I applied my discount for this, and so I purchased it. Now, this is not going to be necessarily a thorough review, but what I thought might be helpful is I do know that sometimes when I am interested in purchasing a product or investing some money into it, I search out that product and I watch content uploaders with similar skin tone as myself in order to kind of gauge whether or not I like the shades, I like the reflex. And the thing is, with the pandemic right now, in the province where I live, there is only curbside pickup available. Or online ordering directly. You cannot swatch, you cannot try anything on. Even if the stores were open right now, Sephora was not allowing you to try on the products. So that out of the way, what I'm going to do is, again, this is just a swatch video. I'm going to show you a few lighter complexion products and how they look on my skin tone. And then hopefully, if you're interested, you'll be able to gauge for yourself whether or not this palette is something that you are interested in. Now, I know that also a lot of content providers will make the disparaging, comment, don't judge me for this, don't judge me for that. I am 100% and fully aware that my nail polish is chipped. I put on some sparkles the other day, and I do a lot of dishes. I do a lot of cleaning around my house, and my nail polish did not fare well. So I am aware that it is chipped, but I just thought I would let you know that I'm aware that it is chipped, and I'm okay with that. Nothing is open where I live right now. Otherwise, I'd love to get my nails done. So let's get started. So I purchased this palette, as I said, during the Sephora sale, and it is the Lightwork palette. Now, I will insert some footage right here of the price I paid with the discount, and I will also insert what the price would be without the discount. Okay, I live in Canada, therefore the price is going to look different depending on which country you live in. So how about this? How about I show you the palette first, and then I will show you the swatches that I was talking about on my hand with regards to some of the other products, just so you can gauge. I'm sitting in natural light right now. All of my videos are in natural light. I sit right by a window, so there's no ring light. I don't add filters or anything, so what you see is what you get. So here's the palette, and it's very, very beautiful. What I can tell you is that when I initially received the palette, my main concern is I do already own the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is the Sugar Glow Kit. And so I'm going to show you the shades in this ABH kit. And as you can see, there are 4. What I will do now is I will hold those up beside the Danessa Myricks palette. And as you can see as well, I still have a lot left of the Anastasia kit. So my initial concern was that as happy as I was to have the Danessa Myricks kit, my fear was that they were very, very similar. I love makeup. I enjoy makeup. I find makeup very relaxing, very cathartic. However, I do not like to collect makeup. The reason being, I find clutter to be very stressful. I like clean lines. I like organization. I like not having so much of something that there's a chance that I will forget about it or never use it again in my life, or spend money on it and throw it out at some point because it goes bad or the expiry date has come and gone. So more power to the collectors. I love watching your videos. I am not a collector. So my fear was that given the fact that I still had so much of the ABH kit left, would I get use out of one, both, or neither? Now, let me do what I said I was going to do. Huge fan of Hourglass. It works well with my light or fair complexion. So this is the Ambient lighting palette. This is the original. So I do know that Hourglass has come out with a second version of this, which is, and I will use air quotes, darker in tone or shade. I don't know how much darker. I don't know how it would work on darker skin tones because I don't own it. However, I'm going to show you something. So over here is the shade Radiant Light. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch that for you just so you could see that this does in fact show up on my skin tone. So it's right here. Now, is it exceptionally dark on my skin tone? Absolutely not. But I want you to see that my skin tone is such that something this light or fair does show up on it, okay? As you can see, I quite enjoy this palette. So this is the dim light, the lighter of the two. I'm going to swatch that and I'm going to put it beside the darker shade just to show you. So here's the first shade I swatched, and here's the second shade. So again, the reason I'm showing you this is so you can see that my skin tone is such that shades this fair do show up, okay? I'll also show you, this is the Becca, Chloe, and Malika. This is the Made with Love by Chloe palette, so the lighter of the two. I'm going to show you the bronze shade from this palette. Again, my point is, if you want to know if this will work for your skin tone, if you have one that is similar to mine, lighter than mine, darker than mine, hopefully my video will help you gauge that. So this is the Chloe and Malika. Hourglass, Hourglass, Becca, Chloe, and Malika. And what I will do last is I will show you, I have the Too Faced. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Totally off topic, but I had such a difficult time opening this compact. And you know what I have found to work? Don't try to open it from the top. Flip it over and open it from the bottom. I was putting my nail under this little heart. I was trying to pull and pull, nothing. One day I think I picked it up the wrong way and I flipped it over. If you just flip it over and put your thumb on the heart and then pull the bottom, it opens. So for those of you that didn't know, like I did, opening it from the bottom is very helpful. So here is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate bronzer. Just gonna wipe my finger, make sure everything else is off. Now I'm going to put this above the Becca, Chloe, and Malika. So as you can see on the back of my hand, all of these very fair or light or geared towards lighter complexion shades show up on my skin tone. For those of you that aren't aware, I don't wear foundation. I like a lot of cream products. I like highlighters. I like cream blush. I like cream bronzers. But I just want you to know that sometimes I know that the hand is not an accurate comparison for how something will show up on your face, but because I don't wear bronzer, my hand is the same color as my neck, and I do have a lot of blush on today, but hopefully you could see between my chin and my hand, this is exactly how these products would show up on my face as well. Okay, so I'm going to wipe those away. Now, after 10 minutes of video, hopefully you have an idea of, if your skin tone is similar to mine. And let's get into the Anastasia Glow Kit. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the shades that I was concerned with about being very similar. So let's start with Marshmallow, which is the whitest shade in the ABH Sugar Glow Kit. I'm going to swatch Marshmallow on my hand. So that's Marshmallow. Now what I'm going to do is, the shade is called Like Duh from the Danessa Myricks. And I'm going to swatch that and put it directly beside Marshmallow. So as you can see, Marshmallow has much more of a gold or yellow shift. And on my hand right now, I do have to wonder if my watch is factoring into this. But this is the Danessa Myricks, and this is Like Duh. Now, this shade, what I'll do is I'll show you them on my fingers. So here's the two shades on my fingers. This Danessa Myricks in my viewfinder right now is showing up as somewhat of having a pinkish shift, but I can assure you it doesn't. I'm wearing a white shirt today, and even, when I look in my viewfinder right now, my shirt is almost coming up as a blush or a lavender type white, but it's not. It's pure white, and this Danessa Myricks is pure white. So if you were concerned that these would be similar, they're not, which I'm very happy about. I really enjoy putting the Danessa Myricks right on the high points of my cheeks and then blending it out and then just patting it a little bit with a damp beauty sponge. I'll also tell you that if I were being honest, I would prefer if the Danessa Myricks were a cream palette, but I was absolutely 100% aware that it was not cream prior to ordering it. But I will say this, the formulation of the powders is very creamy. So you're not going to get that kind of dusting on your skin. It's very, very pigmented. And again, the formulation is very creamy. So let's look now at another shade, excuse me, that I was concerned might be a little bit similar. So this is the shade Starburst in the ABH Sugar Glow Kit, Starburst. And what I'll do is I'll take Starburst and I will put that on my clean hand. So that is Starburst from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And my concern was, this is called Piece of Cake from the Danessa Myricks kit. And my concern was that they were going to be very, very, very similar. So this is Danessa Myricks right here. Now, when I turn my hand, you can see that they are both very, very, very reflective. However, Piece of Cake from Danessa Myricks does have much more of a deep pink undertone. This is more of a frosted pink. Now, in case you're thinking I'm absolutely crazy here, this is also frosted. It's just this is much lighter. This, the Danessa Myricks, definitely has a deeper pink shift to it. Okay, so this was Starburst Anastasia and Piece of Cake Danessa Myricks. In case you haven't realized by now, just with those two swatches, visually in the pan, they look very similar. Once you swatch them, once they're on your skin, they're very different. So this swatch review is obviously going in the direction that it is worth it if you are wanting the Danessa Myricks, but you already own the Anastasia Beverly Hills. They are different. This is Gumdrop from the Sugar Glow Kit. I'll put that on the back of my hand now. So that's Gumdrop. And my concern was with the second pinkish shade from the Danessa Myricks, which is called Smooth Sailing, that Gumdrop and Smooth Sailing were going to be too similar. However, let me show you beside Gumdrop, here comes Smooth Sailing. They are different. I really like how Smooth Sailing almost has that duochrome effect to it. Depending on which way you turn your hand, it seems to really take on a shift. And you can blend these out. You can diffuse these so that they're not as intensely opaque and pigmented. It's completely your preference. So the last shade that I would like to show you that I thought was going to be extremely similar. This is Butterscotch from the Anastasia Sugar Glow Kit. Butterscotch, which I thought was going to be extremely, extremely similar to Common Sense from the Danessa Myricks. So I'm just going to swatch Common Sense now. So Butterscotch, and here comes Common Sense. Again, if I hold my hand back, you can see this one definitely from the ABH has more of a bronze or a deeper bronze, whereas this one is giving off more of a gold shift, and this is the Danessa Myricks. So those were the 4 shades from the ABH palette, and what I'll do now is I'm going to show you from the Danessa Myricks, I'm going to show you Easy Breezy, and I'm going to show you No Prob, because Danessa Myricks does have 6 shades, whereas the ABH has 4. So here is Easy Breezy, which is the lighter of the 2 shades. It's so funny how these are coming up in my viewfinder, because they are much darker in person. So Easy Breezy. And No Prob. Now, No Prob on my skin tone is very, very, it's much too dark to use on my face, cheek area. However, I would absolutely use this as a shadow. So this is No Prob, Danessa Myricks. But all extremely beautiful. So, am I happy that I purchased this palette? Absolutely. Do I think that I will get use out of this palette? Without question. Do I think that it is similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit? Similar, yes. But only in the fact that they are both kind of, I don't want to even use the word highlighting kit for the Danessa Myricks. I know that the Anastasia was marketed as a highlighting kit, but this Danessa Myricks, I really do feel that you just use it where you want it, where you need it, and And I wouldn't say it's a highlighting kit per se, if that makes sense. Anyways, I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that you are having a fabulous day. Bye.